Microbiome is all the minute organism or microbes living in any living system. So they include bacteria, viruses and fungi, which is integral part of most, if not all, multicellular organisms. They would not be the way they are without the microbiome. The whole concept of microbiome became vivid and alive in 2008, when with a new technique, people was able to visualize a part of a living system that was invisible. They have come to realize that there are a lot of important functions these microbes are doing, without which organism won't even exist. They have evolved with it, like a person like you or me. Without the microbiome, your digestive tract will be so different. Even your whole anatomy will be completely different, because they have been all shepherded around from the early development by those microbial signal and cues that those microbes produce. Let's see the coral reef. So the coral reef won't be there with all the colors and beauties and all the diversity without the microbe, because a coral is an animal. In it you have huge amount of algae that allows them to get food for photosynthesis, and then you have huge amount of bacteria that allow them to deposit the calcium carbonate that allow the reef to grow. And so the coral in itself means nothing without those. So whenever you have those microbiome are ejected from the coral, which is called coral bleaching, the whole biodiversity dies. So here is an example where you can see vividly the beauty of the microbiome. The woodpecker won't be able to peck wood without the microbiome having the very essential enzyme which allow them to digest the carbohydrate on the wood. And then beautiful thing like a peacock. You see, with all the male with all these nice exotic colors, those colors can't be maintained without microbe living there, allowing them to survive. Like the social hierarchy you see in beehive and all the other social insect population won't be there without the signal produced or generated by the microbiome within. When algae are running out of food and the problem for the algal bloom and so on, they will recruit microbes that will be like the executioners that will kill those algae and create a signal that will hone in birds and other organisms to come and feast on those dead algae. So you have all this kind of nice ecological intrigue going on in nature, which has basically been promoted by the microbiome. If all the microbiome in our system will be known, it will become more or less like a social insurance number you will have, or a DNA imprint, where your microbiome will tell you who you were or where you went, because each individual have their own zip code or their own microbiome identities. That those kind of things are coming on. So it's very, very important. You can have a whole pharmacy which will be loaded with probiotic and prebiotic to enhance your microbiome, so that many diseases that are caused by dysbiosis will occur. It's almost like an axiom now, like super agers, people who age well, or centenarian, they have a high diversity of microbiome. The more diverse microbiome you have, people live beyond 100 years and beyond, and beyond that. Like if you go to places like Okinawa, you have some places like in Italy, you have even one spot in California where you have the super ages. They have found that those guys have there's other factors too, but the diverse microbiome is there. Once your microbiome becomes less diverse, you are prone to get a disease. As I said, it's a recent kind of discovery, and more will be discovered. And as people realize more and more about the microbiomes, they realize that it impinges on all aspects of life.